Hey, fellow babies, welcome back to Pachter Factor on SIFTD.net. Appreciate your patronage via Patreon. Appreciate your linkage of your Twitch Prime account to your Amazon Prime account. Appreciate your subscriptions on YouTube. You don't have to do all three, but if you do, that's great. If you can't afford any of them, I understand. Just follow me on Twitter at Michael Pachter. Let's get to today's question. Today's question from Patreon from Ali Almutawa. Rumors are swirling that PlayStation is working on a competitor to Game Pass. What impact will this have on Xbox's current competitive advantage? Are the studios that Xbox has been buying enough to offset this new competition? So Sony just used the PS Now branding for this new product, or name it something new. As far as rumors have it, Sony is not as innovative as they could be, but they're fast followers. And so, they're seeing success with Game Pass. Of course, they're going to emulate. They have the PS Now product. It doesn't have all their new games first, day and date. So the big shift is to put all the Sony first party releases on there. I personally think that that's a huge mistake, and I think it's costly, and I think it's going to end up costing Microsoft money. But Microsoft mints money, so I don't think that they care. And I say mints money from Office and from cloud, not from Xbox. So they are willing to subsidize. And Microsoft stock trades based on a subscription model. So Office 365 and recurring cloud revenue is why the stock works so well. They're just trying to convert Xbox into a subscription business. And so what they've done that I do think is brilliant is they've kind of bundled the Xbox purchase with Xbox Live Gold with Game Pass. And so for the low price of $34.99, you get a new Xbox, you get Game Pass, so lots of games, you get Xbox Live Gold, and at the end of 2 years that drops at $15. So they're very smart about hooking you in on a cell phone like model. Yes, I think Sony will emulate that. The question is, does Sony have the guts or the poor judgment to offer all their new first party titles as part of the subscription service? Again, I think Microsoft is really blowing at doing that, but that's what they've decided to do. They're willing to subsidize. They're willing to take lower profits from Xbox because they think they can hook more users in, and that's why they bought all these other studios. And I think Sony may do it. It's like all the movie companies emulating Netflix. It's an inferior model. If you think about, the average cable household pays $1,000 a year for cable TV. If you subscribe to Netflix, you pay $180 a year. So what happened to that $820? That's money that doesn't go into creating content, period. It goes into your pocket, which is great, but the content creators don't get it. And so instead of depriving Netflix of content, Universal NBC comes up with Peacock, and Warner comes up with HBO Max, and Disney ABC comes up with Disney Plus, and I know there's more. And Disney also has Hulu. And CBS Paramount has Paramount Plus. They're all emulating a Netflix model, and it's suboptimal, and they're going to end up all losing money and blooding themselves in the process. So your question, is Sony dumb enough to do what Xbox is doing? Yeah, they are. Is it dumb of Microsoft to do it? Maybe not, because Microsoft has profit from everything else. And I think ultimately Microsoft wants to remain in the Game Pass and Xbox Live business. And if you can extend that off console and you can get an extra 100 million people who never buy a console to subscribe to your service and play multiplayer, pay $15 a month, that's actually a reasonable business. So ultimately it could work, but I think Sony's too far behind, and I don't think that they will do a good job in keeping with Microsoft. And I guess the last question, should they use the branding? As I said, I don't know, but if the new release games are on the streaming service, it probably shouldn't be called PlayStation Now, because I think they've already branded that as, you don't get any new games on this thing, you only get catalog. So my guess is that they'll change it to something else, but who knows what. I think I answered all that question, right? Oh, are the studios Microsoft's been buying enough to offset this new competition? I think Microsoft caught up. I don't think Microsoft's ahead. So I think Sony first party is really good, and Xbox first party was not. They had maybe 3 games that people really wanted to play. I don't think Dead Rising is one. I mean, I think that Forza and Halo and Gears were kind of their 3 big franchises, and I don't think any of the Rare stuff anybody cared about. So yeah, buying Bethesda got them up to even with Sony. So yes, it's enough to make them competitive. But I really think the prize for Microsoft is after consoles, is 20 years from now, when everybody's streaming everything because the technology allows it, and you need no purchase of a console to play games. That will dramatically grow the audience. That will turn the audience from a couple of 100 million, 250 million console households to 1 billion players who only buy 1 game a year, but that's still a lot bigger market. So I think that that's where it's headed, and we'll see how Sony does. Thanks for joining us on SIFTD.net on Pachter Factor. We hope you're a Patreon patron. If you are, thank you. We hope you have linked your Twitch Prime account to your Amazon Prime account. If you have, thank you. If not, do it. We hope you're a subscriber on YouTube. If not, do it. And if none of those, follow me on Twitter @Michael Pachter. We'll see you next time.